This week on Jambar TV, we'll be discussing Maag Library's Movies at Maag. Then we'll talk about the new chapter of the League of Women's Voters. We'll also discuss the softball team and their rocky homestand.
Hello and welcome back to Jambar TV. I'm Angie Gopal-Krishnan alongside Krista Ritz. The historic Stamba Auditorium's exterior is getting a grand restoration. Travelers on Fifth Avenue can see the renovations happening as they drive by or walk near Wick Park. Over the years, harsh weathering and lack of maintenance has turned the staircase into a safety hazard, according to Joanne Stock.
The steps are original, and over the years, the material had started to deteriorate, they were cracked, they were crumbling, and it was turning into a safety hazard.
Over $4 million have been raised so far with the construction, with $500,000 left to obtain. Stock hopes to finish the restorations by mid-June.
The national organization Students for Life gained a YSU branch this year named Penguins for Life. They have been active on campus, according to Kayla Gilmore, the founder and president. She explained the challenges they've faced with the creation of the club.
We faced a lot of pushback. A lot of people disagree with us, which we expected to, but we're continuing to push forward and press on. Organizing a club is not the easiest thing, especially when you're starting from scratch, but luckily I've had a lot of support and a lot of interest, which has been great to see.
Recently, the Ohio-Kentucky Regional Coordinator of Students for Life came in and gave a presentation on apologetics. He explained what apologetics is.
I teach people how to dialogue civilly with people about the issue of abortion. The Students for Life of America provided for me. A lot of it comes from my own formation, just on my own time reading and dialoguing with people. I was involved with Students for Life when I was in college, so I received like a lot of the apologetics trainings and things. So I'm pretty well educated on the issue, and Students for Life does a good job with providing me with that information.
Austin Brown is a member of Penguins for Life, and he explained how he uses apologetics.
Any place that the issue of abortion arises where, there's people obviously that are pro-life and people that are pro-choice, so then, me and the rest of the group being pro-life, we can use whatever we learn in this training to maybe better articulate our beliefs to people that believe otherwise.
While the group's activism came in the wake of an anti-abortion protest on campus, according to Penguins for Life, their club was not involved with it. Mormon emphasized that Students for Life does not deploy what he called graphic imagery that was used at the protest. If you're interested in Penguins for Life, you can reach out via Instagram.
In a society where free speech is valued, we don't always use it productively. Jambar reporter Cheyenne Gibbons tells us how to fix this.
Colleges are great places to have intellectual conversations. However, not everyone thinks alike, and this can create some tension.
When new issues come up in society, then philosophers engage in ethics discussions about what the right position is on a particular issue.
Without effective communication skills, controversial topics can be difficult to discuss.
We are often taught to not talk about politics or religion growing up as a culture, so we really have no practice in having those conversations.
If topics become too much for some individuals, YSU has a system those individuals can use.
The student complaint system has a lot of different, we call them drop-downs, but a lot of different types of complaints that a student might have.
The best way to have these conversations and connect with others is by remaining civil, respectful, and kind.
Those compromises are never going to be reached, or those discussions and changing of hearts is never going to be had if we can't even make eye contact with each other while we're walking down the hallways.
For Jambar TV, this is Cheyenne Gibbons.
Printing services offer aid to students, university departments, and companies. Print supervisor Melissa Schoenfeld helped 2 students running for student government with their campaign material.
We can print postcards, brochures, letterhead, business cards, envelopes.
So confused.
We also do table tents for events, note cards, and forms. We also print tests, syllabus, syllabi, invitations, and mailings.
The shop is located in the Salata complex. Services are available 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Send an email with any questions.
YSU and Ohio Living are kickstarting their new Intergenerational Center with an event on April 18th. The collaboration is an effort to bring together the young and the old and to extinguish any stereotypes the generations may have of one another. The center will provide services and programming to YSU students and older adults alike.
Events are popping up across campus as spring has sprung. The Maag Library is getting in on the action with their next Movies at Maag screening. Henry Shore brings us more.
Movies at Maag has been a campus favorite this past year. For April screening, they are commemorating Yom HaShoah by showing The Distant Journey, accompanied by a lecture from Jacob Lebenz. He tells us why this film is still relevant to us today.
I think deals interestingly with the questions of what totalitarianism and fascism did to communities and families, how it rent families apart, created new divisions where divisions may not have existed before. It explored how class privilege also affected people's experiences. And at the end, I think, offers a somewhat problematic salvific idea of the redemption of Jews, the salvation of Jews by this sort of broader Czechoslovak Christian community, which the film scholar Judith Donison at least has pointed out was a bit of a trope, that the Jewish woman would be rescued through the romantic love of a Christian man. So it's not an unproblematic film, but it's a fascinating and very important first film.
Colleen Ducharme, who runs the film series, tells us why she wanted to team up with Lebenz for the screening.
Dr. Lebenz is going to be leaving shortly. We really wanted to do something to honor him, and because Holocaust Memorial Day is at the end of April, we thought we could combine those two things, and we could give him an opportunity to really showcase his knowledge and his understanding of the information. And he's done lectures on the movie before, so we kind of felt like it was just a perfect pairing of making it educational and also getting to collaborate with him and the Center for Holocaust and Judaism Studies.
The Distant Journey will be screened at 6 p.m. April 27th in Maag Library, accompanied by a lecture from Jacob Lebenz. For Jambar TV, I'm Henry Shore.
Cheyenne Gibbons is in the studio. Cheyenne, how's the weather looking?
The weather this week is looking fit for real penguins, not so much for us. I'll be back after the break with this weekend's outlook.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm YN proud.
The Communication Department is much more than media or delivering a speech. The YSU Communication Department offers programs in telecommunication, journalism, and communication studies. We inspire creativity. We encourage each student's passion. We explore new and advanced technologies that connect the human race. The communication programs at YSU ensure that every student is prepared and experienced for the outside workforce, for life after YSU. Join the Jambar and find your voice when you tell the next big story. Become a host of Rookery Radio and gain hands-on experience, or get involved with TV productions like Light the Wick, Penguin Rundown, and Jambar TV. YSU's Communication Department is much more than a department, an education, or a degree. It's a home for passionate individuals, for students to find and pursue what they love.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jambar TV. I'm Cheyenne Gibbons with this week's weather outlook. As you can see behind me, today isn't looking too promising for outdoor activities as the chance for rain is high. But by tonight, most of that rain will push its way out of the valley. On Saturday, those clear skies will stick around, but not for long. By nightfall, you'll need to pull those umbrellas out again as some rain and snow will come back around. On Sunday, however, it might be clear all day and night. Now let's take a look at my 4-day forecast. Despite the rain, today isn't too bad. The temps will be pushing the 50s and we'll only see a low of around 36. Going into tomorrow, the temperature is going to differ slightly. We're going to see a high of 43 degrees. On Sunday, despite how nice it is going to look, that cold chill will sadly stick around. Our low is going to drop to 27 degrees. But when we return to campus on Monday, we should see some warmer temps come into the Youngstown area and our high is going to hit 56 degrees. That's all for the weather today. Up next, Gabrielle Owens will be in the studio with this week's Student Life.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud. You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hey kid, you wanna try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah, man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
Welcome back to Jambar TV. I'm Gabrielle Owens. If you're eager to learn about printmaking process, the art department has something to scratch the itch. Aileen Blaine has more.
Chicago-based artist and renowned lithographer Richard Rapaski is showing students firsthand how the art is made. The showcase is made possible through the Red Press Collaborative. Rapaski says he draws inspiration from a number of sources.
A lot of it is things that I find funny, or cryptically autobiographical, or there's a lot of parody in my love for the graphic arts and the lithographers of the early 20th century.
The collaborative program is designed to promote fine art printmaking at YSU and within the Mahoning Valley. Guest artists visit and work hands-on with students, and prints are available for sale to raise funds for future courses and featured artists. This is the first in-person showcase since 2019. In addition to his guided instruction, Rapaski encourages artists to pursue their passions in some way.
If you absolutely are passionate about it, go for it. There are easier ways to make money, but aren't as rewarding.
Free and open to the public, check out the showcase's final day from 1:30 to 4 p.m. today in Bliss Hall, room 4025. I'm Aileen Blaine, reporting for Jambar TV.
For Women's History Month, YSU's Office of Veterans Affairs sent out an email with statistics about female veterans at YSU. Jason Lugan, coordinator for the Office of Veterans, says it's important to see and acknowledge women in the military.
Society has come a long way. You know, women have historically been kind of pigeonholed and ushered into certain segments, certain jobs, and obviously that's unfair, and you don't want to do that to anybody. So it's good that women are being able to broaden their horizons, go do things that they were previously weren't allowed to do.
Clinical health counselor, graduate student Shayla Hakeem shares her experience with managing school and the military.
And since I started school, I've always been involved with the reserves. And it's hard to manage like civilian life and military life just because the reserves, like everyone thinks it's 1 week in a month and you're a weekend warrior, but it's just really difficult, especially when you start school and say if you get pulled away for a deployment or they put you on orders for, I don't know, practically anything.
For more information about the Office of Veteran Affairs, visit its location on Wick Avenue or check out its website. The League of Women Voters of Greater Youngstown has a new chapter at YSU. It's a nonpartisan political organization dedicated to empowering everyone to join in democracy. Sophomore Elise Bush is working with the LWV of Greater Youngstown to get things started.
After getting the internship and discussing it with the league, we both thought it would be a great addition to get people in YSU to join, to get more participation from college students in politics around the area.
Okay, so you're just going to add your email there. For more information on how to join and chapter activities, follow them on Instagram. Up next, we will have this week's sports recap, so stay tuned.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm Y and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hello and welcome into Jambar TV. I'm John Ostopoulos. This week's YSU Sports. Let's start things off with the Youngstown State University lacrosse team, as the team has hit a rough patch as of late. They have dropped their last 3 home games in their last 4 overall, with the latest loss coming from a foe up north in Central Michigan University. The Chippewas took control of 2nd place in the Mid-American Conference with this win, as the Penguins fell to 5-7 on the season. The 20-11 loss was highlighted by graduate student Allie Corinne, who had a team-high 6 goals. Sophomore Lauren Ottensmeyer and freshman Natalie Calandra Ryan both contributed with 2 goals each. 50-year goalie Savannah Clark was attacked all day as she tallied 11 saves from 40 shots from the Chippewas. Corinne has carried the hot stick the past couple games as she scored 19 goals in the past 4 games. She commented on her recent performance.
I had a slow start to the season. I was coming off an ACL injury, so I got cleared a couple weeks before our first game, so it took some time to get back into it, but I think I really found my role in the field.
Up next will be a rematch versus the University of Akron on Saturday, April 9th. The last game between the two ended with the Penguins' win in overtime. To stay up to date with live scores and stats from the game, visit ysusports.com. Cole Peterson has been named Director of YSU Football Operations and Player Personnel. At 23, this makes him the youngest person in the country with this role at the Division I level.
My dad's been a college football coach for 32 years. So really, about the age of 9, I started going to work full-time with him, which allowed me to be around a lot of good people at a young age.
Peterson graduated from YSU last December with a bachelor's in communications. He's also worked with Akron, Pitt, and the University of Alabama at Birmingham football programs. The men's baseball team fell short in its 3-game series, as well as losing to the Ohio State University. I was able to go to Columbus to watch, as well as to travel to Eastwood Field for the latest game against the University of Pittsburgh. This past weekend, the Youngstown State University men's baseball team lost its 3-game series to Oakland University from April 1st through April 3rd. On April 1st, the series opener started off with Youngstown State falling short 11-6 as Oakland surged in the middle innings to secure the win. Despite the loss, the men's baseball team was able to hit 3 home runs as senior infielder Steven D'Asanio and senior catcher Dylan Swarmer each hit solo shots. Redshirt senior John Snyder allowed 7 runs on 2 hits and 6 walks over 4 innings. In Game 2 on April 2nd, Youngstown State downed the Golden Grizzlies 4-2. Freshman utility player Eli Brown hit a 1-out single and scored on an RBI hit by sophomore infielder Seth Lucero to secure the Penguins' victory. In Game 3 on April 3rd, the Penguins fell apart, losing to the Golden Grizzlies 14-1. On April 5th, the men's baseball team took on the Ohio State University, but came up short 5-4. Head coach Dan Bernalini was disappointed in the loss and that the team needs to get better.
Well, that was a good baseball game. We got to be, we talked, we got to be better, tougher at the plate. I think we had 18 strikeouts as a group, so we tried to improve on that today.
The team rallied late to overcome a 2-run deficit to take the lead in the top of the 10th inning 4-3. The Buckeyes came back in the bottom of the 10th inning with a walk-off home run to steal a Penguins win. The Penguins returned to the Eastwood Field to take on the University of Pittsburgh in the team's home opener. In the opener, the Penguins defeated the Penguins 9-1. Youngstown State allowed 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning for Pitt to help secure the win. Bernalini knows that going into this weekend series, the team needs rest and to play cleaner.
I think one of it's rest. That was a tough turnaround getting home late last night and then, having this game bumped up a little bit. But we have to just play complementary baseball. We're going to have to find ways to limit those big innings. We had a few mistakes in one inning that led to a big one and put the game kind of out of reach for us. So if we can just, we got to play a little bit cleaner and execute a little bit better in some of those tight situations.
The men's baseball team is back in action as they take on Northern Kentucky University in a 3-day series from April 8th through 10th. I'm John Ostapowicz, Jambar TV. The softball team had a rough weekend against IUPUI, but was able to turn it around against Niagara. Assistant producer Kyle Wills has your recap.
Following the postponement of the Oakland series 2 weeks ago, the softball team struggled offensively, recording just 7 hits this past weekend versus IUPUI. In Game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader, the Penguins could only come up with 1 hit. However, an RBI walk and hit by pitch supplied the only 2 runs they would need. Fifth-year pitcher Ellie Buffenbarger was nearly unhittable as she allowed just 1 run on 2 hits while striking out 10 to earn her 13th win of the season. Buffenbarger credited the mixing of pitches for her dominant performance.
Just like mixing my pitches, it helps when the batters swing their bats, and just mixing up my pitches and just trying to do my best and feed balls to my defense, and that's how you get through a complete game.
In the nightcap, the Penguins had more luck offensively as they recorded 6 hits. However, the Jaguars swung the hot stick as they notched 14 in the 7-2 loss. Sophomore Sophie Howell allowed 9 hits as she also gave up 3 runs and walked 5 in just 4 innings. Head coach Brian Campbell said the team struggled to make adjustments at the plate.
Probably not making adjustments. It's probably the biggest thing offensively, and you know, you got to make the adjustments with this change of speed that those pitchers were doing, and you know, we got to do a better job with that.
In Game 3 on Sunday, both teams needed to bundle up for the chilly afternoon. YSU's bats were just as cold as the weather, as IUPUI would no-hit Youngstown State and claim the series finale 1-0. Buffenbarger was back on the mound for the women as she would go the distance, allowing only 3 hits and a run while striking out 8. That performance would go to waste, however, as IUPUI took the series 2-1. Campbell gave credit to the Jaguars pitching for keeping his team off balance.
The young lady did a good job with us against this weekend. You know, the off-speed pitch and not setting back and, you know, spinning it there a little bit. I think we had 1 ground ball. The rest were flyouts today.
The women woke up the bats as they scored 14 runs in the doubleheader against Niagara April 5th. In Game 1, the Penguins and Purple Eagles were tied after 7, but Youngstown State came out victorious as junior Avery Schumacher roped a single to right field to score the game-winning run and take the first game 5-4. 30 minutes later in Game 2, the Penguins provided an offensive outburst, scoring 9 runs in the 9-2 win. Fifth-year Yasmin Romero went a perfect 4-for-4 at the top of the lineup, scoring 3 runs. Junior Megan Turner drove in 3 with 1 swing of the bat, with a 3-run home run to left field in the 6th. The softball team will be back in action April 8th through the 9th as they travel to Cleveland State University for a 3-game series against the Vikings. I'm Kyle Wills, Jambar TV.
And that's all for Youngstown State University sports. I've been John Ostapowicz, but let's send it over to Cheyenne Gibbons for your weather recap.
We're finally getting into spring, but as the saying goes, April showers bring May flowers, and we'll see scattered showers all weekend long.
And that's all for today's show. We'll be back next week with more student news. As always, have a great week and stay safe, Penguins.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.
The Communication Department is much more than media or delivering a speech. The Ysu Communication Department offers programs in telecommunication, journalism, and communication studies. We inspire creativity. We encourage each student's passion. We explore new and advanced technologies that connect the human race. The communication programs at YSU ensure that every student is prepared and experienced for the outside workforce, for life after YSU. Join the Jambar and find your voice when you tell the next big story. Become a host of Rookery Radio and gain hands-on experience, or get involved with TV productions like Light the Wick, Penguin Rundown, and Jambar TV. YSU's Communication Department is much more than a department, an education, or a degree. It's a home for passionate individuals, for students to find and pursue what they love.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life. Not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges, and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud